The DVLA and the Department for Transport have announced a whole set of new driving rules that are going to affect millions of people all across the UK. And these changes aren't small at all. They're pretty major, the kind that will impact how you drive, how you renew your license, how you pay your road tax, and even how your insurance works. The government wants to make the roads cleaner, safer, and fully digital, which sounds good on paper, but it also means drivers will have more responsibilities and stricter checks to deal with. If you're over 60, these updates matter even more because the new system relies heavily on online verification and digital connections, which might not be easy for everyone. The UK is basically shifting into a fully digital transport system through the Digital Roads 2025 strategy. The idea is to modernize everything so vehicles and drivers can be monitored, checked, and verified using digital tools instead of old-school paperwork. All the departments DVLA, HMRC and others are linking their databases, which means your license details, your insurance, your MO, and even your tax information will be cross-checked automatically. If something doesn't match or if anything is outdated, the system will detect it instantly. Before, a mistake might slip through the cracks for months, but now even a tiny detail can trigger an automatic fine. Paper-based processes are slowly disappearing, so if someone isn't comfortable with online forms or apps, they'll have to adjust sooner than later. One of the biggest changes coming in November 2025 is the introduction of digital driving licenses. Your normal plastic card will still work for a while, but from now on, every renewal or new application will include a digital version that you can view in the gov.uk app. The digital license will show your driving status, your points, and your endorsements. To confirm your identity, you'll need to use biometric verification through your passport or national ID. And the plan is that by 2030, physical plastic licenses will slowly be phased out. That means your online details must match across all government systems. If anything is different, like an old address or outdated personal info, you could face a suspension or a fine without much warning. It's meant to make renewals simple and fast, but older drivers or those who don't use smartphones regularly might struggle with this transition. Another major update is the expansion of clean air and emission zones. Starting November 2025, these zones won't just exist in big cities like London and Birmingham, they're spreading out to more than 30 towns and cities, including Manchester, Sheffield, and Bristol. Automatic number plate recognition cameras will monitor vehicles entering these zones. If a car doesn't meet the Euro 6 emissions standard, there will be a daily charge, usually around £8 to £15. Electric cars and hybrids stay completely exempt. Some low-income drivers and pensioners might qualify for partial exemptions, but for most people driving older petrol or diesel vehicles, these charges will add up quickly. Repeated rule breaking can lead to fines up to £240. The goal is to hit the UK's 2050 net zero target, but drivers who can't afford newer cars may feel the financial pressure. Insurance and MO checks are also becoming automatic. From November, the DVLA will work directly with the motor insurance database, meaning the moment you start your car or pass through a monitored area, the system will verify your insurance and MO instantly. If either one has expired, you don't need to get pulled over. Your fine will be sent digitally. It might come through as a text message or appear in your government account. Cars older than 10 years will also need an emissions check during the MO. And if someone keeps ignoring renewals, their vehicle registration could be suspended. Basically, forgetting something like your MO renewal is no longer a small mistake, it gets spotted right away. Another big update is about road tax. Because of the new Financial Transparency Act, road tax payments will now have to be made through a bank account linked to your national insurance number. If you try paying with cash or from someone else's account, it might not be accepted at all. The system will mark it as unpaid even if you actually transferred the money. This is meant to reduce fraud and keep records clear, but many people, especially older drivers who rely on children or relatives to make payments for them, will need to adjust their routine. If the payment doesn't match, it could result in penalties, even if it was an honest mistake. Joint bank accounts will also require both identities to be verified before payment is approved. Of course, with all these changes, the penalties are getting stricter too. Since everything is digital now, The fines are issued automatically and appealing them will take longer. The updated penalties include around £100 for unverified road tax payments, up to £1,000 for not updating license details after a move, £300 for late MO renewals, and £500 or more for outdated insurance or identity information. The government believes these changes will improve safety and reduce fraud, but many drivers are concerned that minor mistakes or system errors could lead to unnecessary fines. Older drivers, especially those over 60, are likely to feel the impact more deeply. Many in this age group are used to handling their paperwork in person and may not feel confident using apps or online forms. Doing biometric identification online, updating details manually, or tracking renewals digitally may be confusing for them. Missing a reminder could easily turn into an automatic penalty. To make things easier, the DVLA is recommending that older drivers visit post offices offering digital assistance. They can help verify identity, update details, and ensure everything is correctly linked before November 2025. To support the transition, the government is offering a few helpful services. There's a digital help hub from DVLA designed for older or disabled drivers. Several post office branches now provide in-person support, and many local councils are running free workshops to help people understand the new digital system. There's also a 6-month grace period for anyone who misses verification deadlines, ending in May 2026, so people have enough time to adjust. Experts are advising drivers to prepare early to avoid problems later. Make sure your license details are updated, your MO and insurance are valid, your road tax is paid through a verified account, and you understand whether your area is joining the Clean Air Zone network. Keeping both digital and printed copies of your important documents is a smart idea for now. Looking ahead, the UK is moving towards a future where nearly everything related to driving is digital. By 2026, almost 90% of drivers are expected to have a digital driving identity. Physical documents like paper licenses, MO certificates, and tax discs will eventually disappear. The system will be faster, more organized, and more transparent, but drivers will also be more closely monitored than ever before. The best thing you can do is adapt early so you're not caught off guard later. As long as you keep your details updated and stay aware of the new rules, you'll be absolutely fine.